Alright guys, now welcome back to the digital review. Now I'm going to do something a little different. I kind of wanted to make a video of just kind of like my top picks for summer 2017. So just kind of like a list of like movies that I'm really excited for. I don't know too much about them other than kind of seeing the trailer, which actors are in it, the director and stuff like that. This is just strictly my opinion. No top 10 list or anything like that. Just me checking out what's coming up and what looks interesting to me personally. So advisory, these are my opinions only. Don't crucify me in the comments, but let me know if I missed anything. Plus, I'm going to leave a link in the description below for all these movies so you guys can check out the info and the trailers for yourself. Alright, so coming out this week, June 28th, we have Baby Driver with Ansel Elgort, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, Lily James, Jamie Foxx, and Kevin Spacey. Now this one's directed by Edgar Wright, who did like Shaun of the Dead, he did Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, he did Ant-Man. So I'm really looking forward to this movie in that sense that the director is like really solid. He has a good track record. So pretty much from what I've seen from the trailer, Baby Driver is played by a young guy who they reveal has had a traumatic accident, I guess when he was younger, where he had some headphones in and he kind of like, I believe he was in like a head-on collision when he was younger with his parents, and something about the sound vibrations really kind of keep him calm or whatever. So it shows him grown up now. He's kind of like in a Ryan Gosling Drive type character. He's like a driver for hire. So like I said, kind of the theme of the movie Drive that came out with Ryan Gosling a few years back. It just looked like really action-packed. It looked like it was going to be witty and kind of funny, like really like Ocean's 11 type film. So I'm really looking forward to that one. Alright, now coming up next week, July 7th, Spider-Man The Homecoming. This is featuring Tom Holland, Zendaya, Robert Downey Jr., Michael Keaton, and Marissa Tomei. Now it's directed by John Watts, who did Cop Car, which I haven't seen, but he also directed Clown, which, I don't know, I think it's actually him and Eli Roth film. So if you guys are really into like cool, clever horror type films, definitely check out Clown if you guys get a chance. Now I'm not gonna lie, when I did see Civil War and they introduced the Spider-Man character, I just was like, what the hell? He just keeps getting younger and younger and younger. But I really want to check out Spider-Man The Homecoming, mainly because it has Iron Man, and I'm just really a fan of like Iron Man and a lot of the other Marvel characters, and they've really been winning with like the Avengers and Captain America Civil War. So I'm just kind of like a Marvel fanboy overall, so I might check it out. I'm not really too much a fan of the actual Spider-Man character or that actor. I've really never even seen him in anything else, so or maybe I have, I just don't recognize him at all. Now I'm pretty sure you guys all know the story of the Spider-Man film. It's kind of him just developing his powers, working together with Iron Man, and I believe the villain is Michael Keaton, who I think he's actually Birdman in this one. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just kind of going off of memory. But this one looks like really action-packed, and it's a Marvel movie, so you know it's going to be a huge Hollywood blockbuster. Alright, now coming up July 14th, War of the Planet of the Apes, which I'm freaking excited for. This is the third installment. I was a huge fan of the first two, especially the second one. It just like amped it up so much more. This one's featuring Andy Serkis, Woody Harrelson, Judy Greer, and Steve Zahn. It's directed by Matt Reeves, who did the previous movies, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War of the Planet of the Apes, and one of my favorites, and probably not one of yours, but Cloverfield. A lot of mixed reviews on Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane. But that aside, I'm really excited for the War of the Planet of the Apes. Now this one in a nutshell, you guys kind of got to watch the previous movies, but it's just kind of like the apes are becoming more intelligent. You have to watch the first movie to see how that's even possible. I believe it's set in the near future, but this one right here, I believe is kind of Woody Harrelson and his army's revenge on the apes. Pretty much, they're trying to like just show that we are the dominant species and that they don't want to coincide at all. From what I've gathered from the trailer, like I said, this is all based off of trailers. I don't go too much in depth. I just know that this one really looks excited, and Woody Harrelson is probably one of my top 10 male favorite actors. So I definitely want to check it out because he does look like a badass in this movie right here. Now another one I'm really excited to check out is coming out July 21st. It's called Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets. It's featuring Cara, and forgive me if I butcher all these names because I'm terrible with names. Cara Delevingne, Dana DeHaan, Rihanna, Clive Owen, and Ethan Hawke. Now it's by director Luc Besson, who did Lucy, The Fifth Element, The Professional, and La Femme Nikita, just to name a few. So I was huge into The Fifth Element. I had to go out and buy all the different steel cases that came out along with it. I'm really looking forward to this guy's like direction as far as the director style, so I'm really excited for that. These actual actors, I don't know too much. I believe I've seen that I know Clive Owen and Ethan Hawke and Rihanna, of course. Rihanna's in a bunch of stinkers, so I'm not really looking for much from her as far as the acting goes, but this one right here just looks like a sci-fi, like Star Wars-y type film, just a lot of like crazy characters. I don't know too much about it. It looks really, really abstract and just obscure as far as the storyline goes. So I'm gonna have to just check it out and just hope that this is just a great story overall. Now my next movie that I'm looking forward to, and I'm kind of on the fence about it, you guys might have a difference of opinion. Atomic Blonde, coming out July 28th. That's starring Charlize Theron, James McAvoy, Sophia Boutella, and John Goodman. Now this one's directed by David Leitch, I believe is how you pronounce it, who did John Wick, The Mechanic, and V for Vendetta. Now the reason why I say I'm on the fence about this one is because of John Wick 1 and John Wick 2. All of a sudden what looks like a female version of John Wick comes out called Atomic Blonde. Now the reason why I say that as well is because it's pretty much the same premise, a revenge story. She gets double-crossed type of deal. It's an older actress whose specialty is martial arts, so it's very, very similar in that sense. I know it kind of has like a Jason Bourne type of feel, but I know Charlize Theron is an amazing actress and she's going to kill this role. Alright, my next pick is coming out August 4th. It's called The Dark Tower, starring Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. Don't know too much about it. I believe it's actually based on a novel. The director it's Nicolas Arcel, who did The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which actually I really, really like that one. Now The Dark Tower, it kind of reminds me of like, almost like a post-apocalyptic world, like an I Am Legend, The Book of Eli type feel. I love Idris Elba. I know he hasn't really landed himself in the greatest reviewed films, but I like him as a whole, and he plays the gunslinger in this film right here, and he's just trying to, I guess, protect the balance of these two towers, where I guess it's Matthew McConaughey's character who plays like the devil type or a demon who's trying to take over the planet and take over these towers because it's some power or something like that. Don't quote me on this synopsis at all. Like I said, this is just going off of the trailer. It just looks like a cool adventure type film for summer, so I'm really looking forward to The Dark Tower. Alright, jumping to September. So September 8th, It, the reboot, the remake, whatever the hell you want to call it, the reimagining, it's coming out. I don't know any of these actors, I'm not going to repeat any of their names, but all these young actors. It's directed by Andreas Muschietti, I believe it is, who directed Mama, which I didn't really care for. I actually liked kind of the build-up, but when it came to the CGI, it just, boom, I turned it off. It was terrible. So you guys know the whole story of it. It's pretty much a clown who used to, abduct kids, kind of lure them in with his charm, with the makeup and all that stuff, and then he would just eat them, I guess. So this is kind of like a reimagining. I believe it's set like in the 70s still. So if you guys know, and I'm sure a lot of you guys grew up with it, or you guys have seen clips of the clown, he's really freaking creepy looking. I don't have a fear of clowns, but that clown is creepy. I'm actually really, really looking forward to this film. I mean, even with the pictures that came out and then the trailer that came out with Pennywise looking the way he did, I think he looks freaking awesome and he looks freaking crazy as well. Alright, next, coming out September 22nd. Now this is the sequel to Kingsman, so if you guys haven't seen Kingsman, I don't really think you have to see the first one to know what's going to happen in the second one, but a lot of the characters, they all tie in. So definitely check out Kingsman, the first one. And I believe it's the same director who did the first, it's the director of the first Kingsman, and he did Kick-Ass and X-Men First Class as well. Now this one's starring, I'm going to butcher these names, Taron Egerton, Channing Tatum, which is awesome, Halle Berry, which is awesome, Julianne Moore, which is awesome, and Mark Strong, which is awesome. It looks like an all-star cast right here. I just really like that like secret spy type of world kind of movies, and this gives like the all-around modern package, especially for like younger viewers. I'm guessing it's going to be gory based on the first one, so just kind of go in knowing that it's not really for like preteens or anything like that. So definitely looking forward to Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Now I don't know too much about it other than I think it's just another mission they have to go on, just developing more characters, just more roadblocks that they're going to be running into. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Kingsman. Alright, now honorable mentions. So these are pretty much movies that didn't make my cut, but I might catch them like on a discount day or like Amazon Fire Stick, something like that. So August 4th, a movie called Detroit comes out. This one's John Boyega, Will Poulter, John Krasinski, and Anthony Mackie. Now this is directed by Catherine Bigelow. She did The Hurt Locker, Zero Dark 30. Now this is pretty much, it's kind of like a crime type film, I believe. And it's about a man who was in a situation where some murder happened and they're just kind of questioning him. And it's just kind of like flashing back to a lot of scenes of what happened that night and just them interrogating him. Why did he have a gun? What was he doing with this? Like, why was he in this place at this time that this happened? And it just seems like a cool crime type film, so I'm kind of looking forward to that as well. Another one that almost made my list was Logan Lucky, which comes out August 18th. That one's Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, Riley Keough, I don't know, Adam Driver, and Sebastian Stan. Now the director is Steven Soderbergh. He did all the Ocean 11 movies, Magic Mike, Aaron Brockovich. Now this one, like I said, this one almost made my list, but the trailer was kind of just drew on a little bit too long, and it kind of had my attention like up and down roller coaster style. But this one kind of looks like a fun movie, especially Daniel Craig's character. He looks like really like nutty. I believe in a nutshell, it's about these hillbillies that just want to kind of plotting to get this money, and it just goes like haywire and stuff like that. So it looks really cool, especially I've been noticing that Channing Tatum's kind of doing like a lot of these movies that are like out of his comfort zone. So I know everyone knows him as like the sexy hunk from like Magic Mike and stuff, but I think he's kind of stepping out of these roles that kind of like stretches his acting abilities. So yeah, that one looked pretty cool. And another one that almost made my list, it's coming out August 18th, it's The Hitman's Bodyguard. Now this one's Ryan Reynolds, Samuel L. Jackson, Salma Hayek, Gary Oldman. It's directed by Patrick Hughes, who did The Expendables 3. Wasn't too fond of that. I liked that series, but I wasn't too fond of the third one. This one looked just like a kind of like a buddy cop, like funny Rush Hour type film, because you have Samuel L. Jackson, who's absolutely like freaking hysterical on all these roles, and he's a badass. And then you have Ryan Reynolds coming off of the Deadpool image, where he's a complete badass, but he has his like, you know, cocky wit and stuff like that. So they just kind of like clash and butt heads. And I believe that this is pretty much Ryan Reynolds' character. He's a bodyguard who gets put in this position to protect Samuel L. Jackson's character because he has this useful information that these guys need. So everyone's like out to kill him, but it's just like them like kind of clashing and like butting heads and just like. It looked really funny based on the trailer, and I was busting up just watching the trailer in the theater, so I'm kind of looking forward to that one as well. Now, dishonorable mentions. Now these are pretty much trailers that came out that it looked very cookie cutter and just kind of like fillers for the summer. I mean, if you guys watch movies, you guys know that these movies usually come out in January, and if they do come out in summer, they make no money. They do really terrible. So these are my dishonorable mentions. So the first one is Amityville Horror, The Awakening, which comes out June 30th. This one just looked, I believe it might be a reboot. This movie has like 20 freaking sequels. They need to just stop with the Amityville films. No one cares about these paranormal movies anymore, so I think they just need to dead it. Amityville, The Awakening, it looks garbage, so no. Alright, my next dishonorable mention. Wish Upon, which comes out July 14th. Now I know you guys have seen probably a lot of trailers for this, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for these like Wishmaster, Final Destination movies. They are really my guilty pleasure, but overall, they're terrible movies. So pretty much this movie in a nutshell is about a teenager. She finds like this box that looks really decorative. She's being bullied by this girl. So in front of this wishing box, she ends up just like wishing that something terrible would happen to her. It actually happens. And she starts realizing that this box has dark powers. And it's just kind of like, these movies don't need to come out in summer. It's just, I really don't understand these stupid, cheesy teenage horror movies. I'm just really hoping it's going to be really gory, and it's going to beat my expectations. But not looking forward to Wish Upon. It looks like a piece of crap. Alright, now jumping to July. Girls Trip, which comes out July 21st. Now it has an all-star cast. I forget the cast, but you'll see it in the clip. I'm going to play the clip right here. Somewhere right here. This has a great cast of actresses. And I don't know why they keep wanting to redo this Hangover type theme. Even from the sequels. The first Hangover was the best, the rest sucked. People should really try to stop recreating this formula. I understand you don't have to reinvent the wheel, but look, don't keep going along with this wheel if the wheel already fell off the car. Do you know what I mean? This movie Girls Trip is exactly what it is. I believe it's pretty much like the same story as Wild Night or Rough Night, whatever that new movie that just came out with the girls is. It's pretty much just like a zany bachelorette type, you know, night out or whatever in I think it's New Orleans or somewhere, and just these girls having like a crazy zany time, and it's like, it's almost like an extreme Lifetime movie, you know, like a rated R version of a Lifetime movie. Of course, they show you everything in the trailer, so you're already gonna expect, you already know what's gonna happen, who's gonna hook up with who, what's gonna happen in this situation. I thought it looked really stupid, and I'm not looking forward to it. Alright, coming out July 28th, The Emoji Movie. Yeah, just let that sink in. I'm not going to explain what it's about because I'm sure you guys already know. And I'm not going to watch it. I'm not going to see it. And don't get me wrong, I love I love the Lego Movie. I love a lot of animated films, but this one just seemed like a cash cow for summer. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of raunchy humor that only applies to the adults because for some reason these Hollywood execs thought to throw in a lot of adult humor like in these Disney movies. For some reason, I guess it's going to like somehow click with the parents and the kids. It's very inappropriate, and I'm sure this movie's going to have a lot of that. So the Emoji Movie looks like a big piece of crap. I don't have to explain to you what it's about. By the way, I have a lot of dishonorable mentions because 2017 summer looks like a big piece of crap. Alright, now coming up August 11th, Annabelle Creation. Didn't see the first one, am not going to see the second one. That's it. That's it. I stopped watching child doll movies when this one phased out right here, Child's Play Chucky, when he phased out, that was it. You can't make any more killer doll movies. The Boy, Annabelle, no. Stop making this crap. Alright guys, so that's going to do it for my list of what I'm looking forward to and what I'm staying away from. Let me know in the comments below if you guys agree with me or if you guys just want to tell me to f*** off, go ahead. But if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe if you guys haven't already. Share this video to someone that loves movies and needs to know what's coming out soon. Alright guys, till next time, I'll see you later.